I never got the chance to tour, unfortunately, before I put down the microphone and picked up the camera. And I do wish, now that I'm 50, I do wish that I had at least once gone on tour, slept in a van, taken a shower with a water bottle, back to the van. Yeah, I saw that. Welcome to Room 6, the channel dedicated to local and not so local music and the people that make it. And obviously, I'm not in Room 6. I am actually in a parking lot at a local venue that we'll talk about. My guest today is actually a frontman for a project. It was born as a side project, and he's based out of Greenville, South Carolina, much like his previous band. The band is known for brutal riffs and lyrics, mostly centering around addiction and the damage it can cause. Currently on tour with German metal legends Accept. Please welcome to the channel, Dallas from Narcotic Wasteland. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. So we're actually in the parking lot of Counts Vamp'd on West Sahara Boulevard. I'll be doing a review of the show that Narcotic Wasteland is playing with Accept tonight. However, things being what they are, we're here in the parking lot instead of somewhere else. But you're on tour. Now the band is based out of South Carolina, right?
Yeah, it's kind of home base. That's where I live. But we're from all over the place. Joe lives in Colorado. Our bassist lives in Nashville, or near Nashville. And the other guitar player, Brett, he's also a Carolina boy. Yep.
Now, I noticed you have a drummer for studio who doesn't tour with you. Is that his personal life just won't allow it, or he's done?
Yeah, well, he just, he's not able to really tour. And before we hooked up with Joe, I just wanted to get the album out. And we had a couple of lineup changes with the drummer. And we had worked with Eric on the debut album, which came out really nice. It was his first album that he'd ever mixed.
Yeah, it's actually really solid production. Good job, Eric.
Yeah, so we're working with him for this one, and
right on. It was just interesting to see, like, first of all, mad kudos on your band's page and how you have a bio link for every single member of the band, and it's one of the best from researching perspective. It's one of the best websites I've seen for this. I cannot tell you how many times I've tried to research a band, and no picture, there's no link, no tagging, nothing. Tag your freaking photos with the band members. List your band members. And so it was really nice. I was like, oh, awesome. Now the question is, how much do I ask? However, I also wanted to just shout out real quick. You've survived the metal scene rise and fall over the years, and I was wondering, have you seen from the stage a swing back towards the way things used to be, or just a change in general in terms of what's in the pit or people you talk to after the show?
Not really. I mean, things are still just kind of warming back up, after the sort of bad Twilight episode that we were all in for a while, and so things are still kind of just ramping back up. But I think it's hard for me to say because I personally don't really pay a lot of attention to all that. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that people are at the shows and they're enjoying it and all that stuff. But I'm really there just to play loud. And, I'm just here to do this. It doesn't matter if I can do it full time or not. I'm always going to do it anyways. Right. So my whole sort of philosophy on the whole thing is a little different. I don't really sweat it. There could be 5 people there or 50,000 people there. And you get the same Dallas.
Right on. And for those of you that don't know, Dallas is a former frontman for legendary metal band Nile, also based out of Greenville, South Carolina. Now, you did not start Nile, right?
No, I heard about Nile in '93, and actually me and Chris, the bass player, played in a band back then, and we heard of those guys from a previous drummer of ours that was from the Greenville area, because we were actually still living in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and that's how we discovered Nile. And then years later, I heard that they were, looking for a guitarist, and I tried out, got the gig, and moved down there.
Yeah, and I mean, it got kind of big.
Yeah, it ended up doing it, but even if we would have stayed a regional band or whatever, I wouldn't have cared.
Right.
I mean, it's great that the band got to have the opportunity to tour the world and do it full time and stuff, but it wouldn't change my if I was doing the same crap, playing the same places for 30 years or whatever, it wouldn't deter me. I do this for music itself, and that's just how it's always been.
It does seem like there's a give and take, or not a give and take, but pros and cons to both just being known in your local market and that you're just fixture there and everyone loves you, versus going on tour, regardless of how big the tour is, even if it's just, we're taking a weekend in San Diego. Yeah.
Right.
Going on tour and getting exposed to new markets. Here in Vegas, we're so oversaturated for the music scene that people are, playing for too little money, and also just not always the most appreciation, because they're a dime a dozen, Whereas when they go on tour, they're like, dude, we sold out of our merch. We come back with money in our pocket after expenses. We made so many extra fans. Our live stream was blowing up. Whatever. I hear lots of good things about that. I never got the chance to tour, unfortunately, before I put down the microphone and picked up the camera. And I do wish, now that I'm 50, I do wish that I had at least once gone on tour, slept in a van, taken a shower with a water bottle, back to the van. Yeah, I saw that. That's life on the tour, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been in buses, I've been in vans, and been all over the place on multiple flights, little tiny cars, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you do it because, you want to go play your music. Yeah. And none of the other stuff really matters. You become numb to it. You got your wimps out there. They're like,
yeah. I want the the rock star lifestyle without paying my dues, or I don't want to have to suffer for my art.
Yeah, some people just don't have it in them.
Yeah. Question for you: can you still play Tom Sawyer by Rush?
Probably not. It's been a long time since I've even looked at my drums, and we use it as part of my backline. We use my drums, but I never set them up. I'm too lazy.
Right.
I'll think about it, and then I'll just play. I'm just gonna play guitar.
Well, that's one good thing about vamp'd is that they do have a backline, so a lot of the things that you would have to lug up there are just there already.
Yeah, but we didn't use it.
Really?
Yeah. And now you're talking about that fake wall of Marshalls back there?
Well, no, we're talking about the. We all know that's not plugged in. Come on. We've all seen the picture. We've all seen the picture of the little amp behind the shell on the festival stage.
Oh yeah.
With the microphone. Yeah, I love that. And it's true. I've seen it. But no, if you haven't been to vamp'd, I actually did a review of the venue here, and it is built around the idea of it's a rock and roll show, loud rock. And that being said, pluses and minuses. I want to talk earliest musical influence with you. What is that early? Not like, oh, it's me listening growing up, but more of what was the first musical thing that made you go, I want to do that?
That would be really hard to say because I came from a musical background and everybody in my family plays an instrument.
So you had no chance.
Yeah, I mean, I just fell right into it. It's probably maybe a early Kiss record or something. I would actually have to say Black Sabbath on that because my mom, she listened to that stuff like Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, Uriah Heep, Jethro Tull, Peter Frampton, all the stuff.
Right.
So I kind of grew up around all that. Alice Cooper.
So classic rock in general.
Yeah, that was probably where I got started. Was just doing that and playing along, with albums with my drums and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. You started as a drummer. So
yeah, started out on the drums. One of the ones I used to just flip over and keep on playing over and over again was Black Sabbath Live at Last. Remember that? It was like a bootleg live record.
Yeah, it was like, well, at the time you didn't realize how awesome that was.
Yeah, it was great, and I used to just play along with that. So I'd say like early Black Sabbath but anything in that, anywhere from them to ZZ Top, all that stuff I was exposed to, and all of it I really liked. Singing my brush, dancing around, and air guitar.
Sung to the brush, yes. We've all sung to the comb.
Yeah.
Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, where, 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 oh, where?
All right, a couple more questions, and then I'll let you go. I know you got to warm up for the schmoozing and the rock and rolling. Yeah. Number one, the tour. That's the word. The tour ends October 29th. You said last show, and that's actually when this. If you're watching this video, it's probably came out on the 29th. Where's the last show?
I believe the last show is in Ohio. but I cannot confirm that without actually looking at the
Right.
spreadsheet.
No worries. I'm going to put up the tour dates here.
Yeah, good.
Wrong camera. Here. There you go. So the idea is, hopefully, maybe I can get this out sooner than that. We'll see. I went and got popular. Anyway, last question. You made it. Yeah. I wanted to say, let's talk to Little Dallas. Really, let's talk to new musicians out there. Specifically, someone who watches you and is, how do I be like you? You know, what is one thing you wish someone had told you before you got into this terrible thing called music?
I don't know.
That's the first time somebody's ever said that. Actually.
I really don't know. I looked at some of the interviews that I read from, say, like Geddy Lee of Rush, back when I was really young. I think his approach, or actually their approach to music in general, I think is a very healthy one.
Right.
And so I always just kept that on. And, thinking about lyrics like, I'm not giving in to security under pressure. I'm not missing out on the promise of adventure. I'm not giving up on implausible dreams. Stuff like that. So that kind of shaped me early on, and I kind of knew what I was getting into because I read a lot of stuff. And then especially when I started getting into the heavier stuff and realizing that, bands like E-Trope don't play arenas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I started to see that it was like metal for metal's sake and fuck the rest.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just be about the craft.
That is, off camera, we were talking about some of the pros and cons of just the entire West Coast music scene and venues, etc. And I do want to say, I do have to represent a little bit for Vegas. The local metal scene here, after quarantine, suddenly was just like, we love every live music. We love everything you do. You can almost do no wrong if you're playing a live show. And you've been to punk shows.
Mm-hmm.
Punk crowds usually are very supportive, tend to stay for the whole thing, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing more and more of that with the metal genre. Although every now and then you do see like, oh, here's the most popular band on the bill. Oh, here comes all their fans. Oh, they're done playing. Oh, there goes all their fans. That kind of thing. Don't do that. You pay for the whole ticket. So I am seeing, though, that metal in general here in town anyway is feeling a little less clicky. A little less, you're not wearing enough safety pins or whatever. Yeah, I do love that the outfit, the uniform was always black, safety pins, sour expression, whatever. And I was a singer in an indie rock band, and we kept getting booked with all these punk and metal bands. And I'd be there with like my Cookie Monster shirt, walking around looking like this. And like, so I'm the most metal fucker here. I'm wearing what I want. And I'd get looks, and then I'd say, excuse me, I gotta go on stage. So. But this isn't about me, this is about Dallas. Definitely stick around. We're going to see a music video from Narcotic Wasteland, and definitely click the links down in the description because, you want to check them out live if you can. Also, check out their music. They put a lot of effort into it. There's a lot of high production value in there. I know we didn't talk much about the music. Sorry about that. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being on the channel.
Thanks for having me.
And shout out to John Asher for reaching out to me and letting me know that they were coming through town. In the meantime, if you want to be on the channel, hit me up using the email address for Room 6, or click on the Room 6 social media link. That's also where you can get merch like this, Training for the Mosh Pit, or any other stuff I have. I also have a Patreon page with patron-only content and a couple CDs of my own. If you want to see more videos like this, please click up here. And if you want to subscribe, you know what to do. Ring the bell. Remember to be amazing, and we'll see you next time on Room 6. Say goodbye, Dallas.
Goodbye, Dallas.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum.
From the peak of life